What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. So I thought I'd create a mini boot camp really. I just want to give the new traders a chance to kind of learn and see what we do inside of our academy. So I'm just going to produce a 3 or 4 episode mini boot camp now. There's going to be a lot of things that are touched on quite fast. So if you are new to trading, obviously episode 1's where you want to start. I'll be going from the very basics of like price action, what candlesticks are, and go through stuff like liquidity and stuff as well. So yeah, it's just going to be a mini boot camp, nothing too intense. I'm going to go through the foundations during this episode. And then eventually, come the last episode of the boot camp, I'm going to be going through a full strategy breakdown and watching it on the markets play out. So, yeah, I just want to say as well, I have been doing this now for like 3 years. I've experienced multiple up and downs. I've experienced so many bad moments during trading. I've seen it all. So I do want to stress that this game isn't for the faint-hearted, and it's not going to make you rich fast by any means. You're going to go through probably a lot of shit to get here. So yeah, without further ado, and putting it as bluntly as that, let's go through some basic stuff. So what you're seeing here is let me just make it bigger. What you're seeing here is a chart. So these charts, I do access them through a website or an app called TradingView. You can download it on your computer or on your phone as well. Therefore, if you in like a trade or something that you've marked up in the morning, say on your computer, you can follow it along and track your trade whilst you're out doing whatever you need to do. And that's what kind of trading gives you the freedom to do. It's an unlimited skill. Like there's no cap, there's no ceiling. You take it as far as you take it. So that's why this skill is really, really attractive. And that's why a lot of fake things are happening right now in the space. But yeah. So ignore this for now. Delete this. This isn't my main chart. This is just a fresh chart for you guys to see what it's like without nothing on it. So, first thing I want to touch on is like, what is a candlestick? Because that's the basic thing. You're going to be hopping on, you're going to be seeing these candlesticks. So, a candlestick is one of these. Okay, this is what they're called. So, obviously, I've got my colours as black and grey. So, every candle which is closed going downwards is a black candle, and every candle that is closed going upwards is a grey candle. Okay. So you could either say the black ones are selling candles and the buy ones are grey candles, just to simplify it at this moment in time. So what do these candlesticks represent? So each of these candles represent a different move within a certain time. As you can see here at the top of my screen, we've got 1M, 3M, 5M, 15M, which just means different minutes, okay? So currently we're on the 15-minute time frame. So each of these candles represents 15 minutes, okay? So as you can see on the side, there's 4 minutes and, basically 5 minutes left of this candle to finish. And as you can see, it's moving. But then if I was to go down to the 1 minute, be a lot smaller. You could probably see it move a lot better. And yeah, this is what candlesticks are, okay? So basically, your analysis and everything you're trading with is going to be due to these candlesticks, okay, and how they move. So, pretty plain and simple. We've got candles coming down and candles coming up, depending on what kind of candles they are, which I'll move on probably later on in this episode or next episode. That's what they are, okay? Nextly is price action. So, if we go back onto the 5 minute, we can see there's some areas that are kind of stagnant and not moving. So I want to go and focus on this little place here. So price action Here, there's not a lot of movement, as we can all agree. As a basic trader, maybe someone that's never experienced markets before, nothing's happening here. So during this phase here, don't trade. Simple. If price is looking like this is where you're not going to want to enter any positions, because there's no volume, there's no orders going into the market from these big institutions and banks, okay? So there's no point trading when there's literally nothing to trade off. When you want to trade is when the market's moving like this, creating nice moves down and then big moves up, so you can play off areas of liquidity, which is also something that I'll deep dive in as well. So price action, basically you got dead price action here, but you want to be trading high volume markets that are moving cleanly and giving you the setups, okay? Don't force entries just because you want to trade. It's a recipe for a disaster. You're going to be looking for these big moves at all times, okay? You want to have a market that's actually moving and not just being stagnant and still. Okay, so another thing that I touched on then is liquidity. So liquidity basically is everything that you're seeing on the market here is full of liquidity. So what I mean by that is where banks have placed orders, institutions are moving the markets. Okay, so liquidity, this is one thing I will show you. So one area of liquidity we trade inside of the Discord is sessions, okay? So these might not all be perfectly lined up. Let me just do this very quickly to show you how this works. This is a very good indicator for you guys to use. So let's say I'm just going to put this colour on for now, just so you guys can see how it actually works. So there's three main sessions, one being Asia, London and New York. So basically this is where sessions open and where they close, or kind of where the kill zones and where you want to be trading the markets in these time zones, okay? So if I go 8:12 there, just switch all this round. Bear with me. Right, say New York ends at session, it really doesn't matter about New York. So liquidity that we use is session highs and lows. So that's the session low, London session low, and then obviously session high here has been taken out. So we're looking for these to be taken because we've noticed through backtesting data in our strategy primarily that the market moves off taking previous session high and low liquidity. So if it's taking the session high, it's usually going to take the low. Sometimes it doesn't, as you can see here in this is just quick example that I'm showing you. Did I not put Asia on here? Right, cool. So literally a quick example is Asia session low. If I can line it up properly, bear with me. Asia session low here, it's just sweeped it, as you can see, and it's moved in the opposite direction to take the previous session high. Okay, so there's our areas of liquidity. Fair value gaps and order blocks are liquidity. Highs of just normal price action is liquidity. That's liquidity there. That's liquidity there. So these are areas that the market aims to take out, okay? These are targeted areas. But depending on your bias, which is another thing I'll go through shortly, these lines that I'm drawing out at the lows and highs of price are targets for the markets to take out. They're going to take out orders that have been placed by not just the normal day traders like us, because ultimately our money that we put into the market is nothing compared to what's in this $1 trillion market, okay? So all these big banks and institutions are moving the markets to take out these liquidities. As you can see here, we've taken out, let me just show you this, delete these lines. So this is a area liquidity, this line. This is an area liquidity, this line. As you can see, as an example before, we've taken the Asia low, which is a previous session, taken out every single order that was placed during Asia session to move up and take out the highs of Asia, and then obviously these highs as well. So these are areas of liquidity we can kind of target for our trades, depending on bias, which I will go through as well in a moment. But as you can see, prices move back down to take some liquidity on this leg upwards, and now hopefully targeting these areas of liquidity here. It's very, very simple. Once you can notice it, once you can see it all, it's very, very simple to understand the markets, guys. Honestly, I believe you can understand the market within a couple of months if you stick to a strategy for a couple of months and get the backtesting data. You're ready to go. After that, it's just literally your mindset and how you view, obviously, the charts, how you view the money, and everything that's going outside of the charts can heavily impact what you do on the charts as well. So what I mentioned before is our bias. So what I mean by that is, as you can see, I don't even want these daily separators on. Let me just take these off. Daily divider, I don't want that on. So what I'm saying is, you're going to go on the 1 hour or the 4 hour really. You can use a daily, but I like to look at recent price action to get what my bias is. So as I was saying before, with these candles going down, being selling candles, and then buying candles obviously going up, what I mean by this is either bearish or bullish. So bearish is a trend that's moving down, is the market moving down, which is called bearish. And then if the market's bullish, which is a trend that's moving upwards, we call it bullish, okay? Very, very simple stuff. And as you can see, you don't need to be Einstein on the charts to understand that we've got a bullish bias at the minute where we're moving upwards. So during this course of looking for the bias, it sets out towards that we should be looking to continue to buy in the market for it to keep moving up, okay? Taking out these areas of liquidity that I was talking about before. But that is pretty much just the basics. I don't want to dive into too much, as it is the first obviously video of the boot camp. But yeah, that's basically it. We've gone through what a candlestick is. We've gone through obviously the bearish movements and the bullish movements in the market. We've gone through what liquidity is, and we've gone through price action. Okay, I've given you this indicator as well for our strategy, which will make sense when we do a deep dive into how my strategy actually works. But yeah, I think that's going to be a good episode for you guys to watch. First off, very, very basic stuff. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it and I've explained it very simply. If you do have any questions, whatever, just leave them in the comments. But yeah, go check out the Instagram in the bio. Go and check out the TikTok. And obviously, the more subscribers we get on here, the more content I will be posting. We're a very, very small channel at the moment, but I believe big things are going to be coming next year, guys. And this boot camp is just literally the start of the stuff that I want to do. But I thought, you know what, we're going to give back to the people a mini boot camp. Not only for your guys' sake, but to bring me back down to a level in which I can understand the markets more, that people can refer back to. Very easy, quick, simple videos. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and episode 2 will be on its way. Yeah, obviously please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.